Welcome to our webinar about scaling up retail sales with insights from Tonal. We are the Coterie, we are Tonal, and thank you for joining us today. First off, let's introduce our speakers. Cynthia, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Thank you, Josh. I'm Cynthia Blum. I'm the Director of Inside Sales at Tonal. My background is in working with small startups and helping to create and build small teams. What we've done over at Tonal, what we'll talk about today, is what we've done over the last 2 years in terms of creating our inside sales and retail teams over at Tonal and scaling them to provide a better customer experience for our consumers.
Thank you, Cynthia. I am Josh LeQuire. I head up operations and delivery at the Coterie. We help businesses transform themselves to be ready for digital sales, digital marketing, and connected service using Salesforce as a platform and integrating Salesforce with other business applications. We work with a variety of clients, but we have a very special place in our hearts for the retail and direct-to-consumer business, of whom Tonal is one of our favorite clients. All right, so we have a very fun webinar today. A lot of people talk about customer experience and digital transformation, but don't really know what that means. Tonal is one of the few incredible companies that have adopted a lot of great technological tools to enable their own success. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the cool things they've done. Cynthia, you want to tell us a little bit about Tonal?
Thanks, Josh. Tonal is the world's smartest home gym. Tonal revolutionizes the fitness industry and strength training in the form of patented digital weights, machine learning, and expert coaching. Having a Tonal in your home is a full workout experience, and it's essentially the equivalent of having an entire gym and a personal trainer at your disposal 24/7.
Tonal is also a great example of a modern, fully connected, digitally transformed retail company. There are bricks and mortar stores all across the United States. There is a very robust e-commerce business that takes place at tonal.com through their website. A lot of the logistics in terms of manufacturing and moving freight between warehouses, middle mile, last mile takes place mostly in the continental US or continental North America, but also around the globe. And of course, many call centers and teams across the US, across the globe. In fact, across North America and the US and Canada, and also in the Philippines. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about Tonal here. Tonal is a great success story of a startup that has grown very quickly by putting smart technology solutions in place to enable scale. Within a period of just a few years, and certainly with the pandemic behind us, Tonal has seen a tremendous amount of growth, not only in terms of business revenue, but as you can see here, investors that have followed Tonal's growth and have chosen to give the company some funding to go to its next level. In fact, the story of Tonal is quite impressive. You can see over a short period of time, not only have they gained more investment over time, but the amount of money they've been able to raise over these rounds is quite significant. And this is due a lot to Tonal being very smart about how they grow and investing in their success. We'll talk a little bit about the Coterie. Just for a short background, we are a company that helps businesses to use Salesforce to grow to the next level. And what that means is we can go in and work with marketing, sales, service, and other teams to use this platform to automate a lot of things that are manual processes, as well as set up the business to grow. We have experience in building applications for the Salesforce App Exchange. We have a unique lens in understanding product development, design, and user experience that helps us to be really good also at systems implementations. We can take that lens into building the right solutions that scale for our customers. And likewise, by doing systems implementation work, we have a lens for a lot of real life use cases and how products are used to help us build successful products. So we are a unique company, very different, but using Salesforce as a platform to enable businesses to scale and grow. We can do a lot of things for our clients. We can connect many disparate data sources into Salesforce as a hub. This is where you can pull up a customer record and see all things in one place. We do a lot of work with email marketing automation so that you can actually send emails personalized at scale to your clients through tools like Pardot and Marketing Cloud. We do a lot of work with our clients in terms of customized experience design for things like customer portals, partner portals, and communities to enable customers to communicate with your brand more intelligently, be able to log in, see their cases, see their orders, interact with representatives from your companies, and do this while matching the experience of your brand that you have everywhere else your business is visible. Likewise, we build apps. So if Salesforce is not the platform you want to use and you'd like to use a platform like Heroku to scale, these are things we can build for you as well. But we're not here to talk about the code. Let's talk about Tonal and what they've done to grow their business using some of the solutions we've been able to work together to put in place. So first, let's talk about connecting all the data pieces together. There was a point in time when we engaged with Tonal where they had lots of capabilities, but unfortunately very little intelligence. And what does that mean? Well, they had the capability to take orders and do financing over their e-com site. They had the ability to schedule appointments, had the ability to chat, even look at notifications from machines and do marketing automation in Klaviyo, have conversations at Five9, but none of this was connected. And when you have agents working across multiple systems, you create a lot of inefficiency. In fact, a lot of times you can see that in symptoms that look a lot like this. Customers waiting for callbacks, customers wondering why they're continuing to be sold after they purchased, customers just having a very difficult time getting information and interacting with the brand, employees not understanding where to find information, not understanding how to give information, and certainly making mistakes. So we saw a lot of this. Not only with Tonal, we've seen a lot of this with customers who were in similar situations. And Cynthia, I think this is something that was familiar with you a little while ago.
Yeah, absolutely. This was definitely one of our pain points that we were dealing with between our inside sales team, our retail team, and our customer support team. These teams all deal with our customers, and our customers have multiple touch points throughout their life cycle and their journey. And being a Tonal community member, because of that, it was really important for us to make sure that we had all of the dots connected so that we were not struggling with some of these pain points.
We were able to come in fairly quickly and connect all these applications to Salesforce as a hub. So after a short period of time, we were able to see orders and lots of data about orders and financing inside of Salesforce, and even make calls out to the financing service of a firm to capture payment for orders at certain stages of delivery. So this enabled Tonal to capture revenue a little bit sooner in a sales cycle than they were before. We were able to give visibility to Cynthia's team about appointments that were scheduled in stores, about emails and other types of digital interactions. And now we're also connecting machine data to Salesforce customer records as well. So Cynthia, this is an example of the activity timeline where you can see things like Marketing Cloud emails, WooCommerce orders and interactions, and direct chats with agents. How is this helpful for your team?
This has been such a huge improvement in terms of efficiency and effectiveness of all of our sales reps and all of our sales teams. I think the biggest thing for us has been a couple of things. One is that our customers tend to have multiple touch points throughout their sales journey. That means sometimes visiting a retail store in person. It also means live chatting with one of our inside sales reps. Connecting all of these dots here has really helped our sales team to understand what is happening with customers and to be able to better prioritize outreach to those customers, knowing that they've had additional conversations, that they've visited one of our retail stores, and understanding what the next steps are in terms of reaching out to them to hopefully get them to become a member of the Tonal community.
Absolutely. So as you were saying there, we could see activities in a timeline. We could see interactions in external applications like Klaviyo on a customer record. We can also see different events occurring on machines related to customers inside of Salesforce. So in this case, for example, we have this thing called a waiver signature we can see. So a customer may go inside of a Tonal retail location and do a demo on a machine, and now we have a record of that, and that enables Tonal to follow up with that customer quickly. Likewise, we can also see who might be working out on a Tonal and may not own one as prospects we could target for business. So this enables quite a few capabilities. As Cynthia has mentioned before, we have the complete view of the customer. This empowers us to send leads and interaction notifications to sales agents. As you'll see in a minute, very quickly, we can see appointments. We can really see all touch points with a customer. We can go on much more intelligent in our conversations and serve the customer's needs more effectively. Really, the big piece here is the fully connected experience between retail and inside sales. And I think, Cynthia, that's had some benefits for your team as well, right?
It absolutely has. One of the biggest things and challenges that we deal with at Tonal is that our product is a very considered purchase. It is not like going on Amazon and plunking down your credit card for a $20 book or something similar to that. There are often multiple decision makers. Customers want to see the product in person, touch it, feel it, experience it, and not just look at it over a website. So having all of these touch points connected has really helped the inside sales and retail team to align and make sure that we are understanding all of the touch points that a customer has along their journey before they go ahead and make a purchase. And also helps us to better prioritize reaching out to those customers. The customers who have had more touch points are also more likely to be interested in purchasing the product versus someone who is not really interacting with our sales teams.
That's good stuff. With all this data connected, one of the biggest things we're able to turn on is automated routing of new prospects to active sales agents who are available on duty for a rapid response. So feeding all this data into Salesforce, we could run a rules engine that says basically when an appointment is scheduled and we don't have an existing record for the prospect in the database, find an agent who is online, assign it to that agent for a rapid follow-up. That's just one example, I think, of a few rules. But Cynthia, I would say here, the automated routing of these activities and prospects to your sales team has probably had some impact on your ability to close some deals.
It absolutely has. It has helped us from a sales standpoint, but also helped customers in terms of sales reps getting back to them and answering their questions. One of the key things that we deal with as a B2C business is that customers want to connect when it's convenient for them, not necessarily during 9 to 5 business hours. Our inside sales team covers 13 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we want to make sure that we are getting back to those customers who have questions about the product in a timely manner. By implementing some of this routing, that means that we are not overloading any one person on the sales team. Things are routing in a round robin fashion so that we are able to have sales reps available to connect with customers and also to route it in a way that we are connecting with reps who are working and on schedule for that day to make sure that we are responding to customers in a timely fashion.
Going a little bit further, we did some great work and are doing some great work with the retail team to simplify how they interact with customer data in Salesforce. It's not convenient to lug around a laptop or go to a desktop terminal to get information or plug in information when you're interacting with customers. There are a lot of instances where retail associates are using iPads. And we've had the opportunity recently to iterate through some designs and are in the process of building a great solution for retail associates that are on a much more cost-effective license called a customer community license in Salesforce to be able to access this data and interact with data from sales. So the seamless end-to-end experience for a customer interacting with Cynthia's team and inside sales and interacting with the retail sales team is facilitated through mechanisms like this that make it very easy for retail associates to grab this data in a branded experience so that if a customer were to look at the iPad, they would see something that looks and feels a lot like Tonal. Another ability we've been able to turn on for Tonal is the opportunity to look at notifications for agents when certain events occur for a given customer or prospect. So in this case, we have a customer that has an open sales opportunity with an inside sales associate who has been inside of a store, seen a demo, and was able to notify that sales associate immediately about this activity occurring. Cynthia, why is this important to you and your teammates?
Yeah, absolutely. This is incredibly important, kind of along the lines of what we've already talked about in terms of the number of touch points. Our customers are not touching one sales rep through their journey; they're touching multiple sales reps. That might be multiple people within the inside sales team. There might be people that they're touching within retail as well as inside sales. This allows the sales rep who essentially owns the opportunity, who's responsible for closing that customer, to be alerted when there's been activity on that particular customer. That is super important because now they have insight into further conversations, further interactions with that customer. It also allows them to better prioritize their outreach. Customers who are further down the sales funnel, are having multiple interactions, visiting our retail stores, live chatting with our agents. Those are the customers that we want to prioritize outreach to because they're more likely to be purchasing in the future.
Thank you. And really, once we collect all this data and become data rich about a customer, what their likes and dislikes are, their interaction history with us, we can now take this to the next level in segmenting our customer data and targeting people with specific offers. Really, the idea here is putting the right message in front of the right person at the right time. And this is an example of a Father's Day promotion that just went out. Cynthia's team has done a great job actually identifying prospects that they're targeting in their sales pipeline and doing some email sends around certain holidays, around certain promotions and other activities with good success in terms of engaging her customers. We're in the process now of implementing a technology called Marketing Cloud, where we're going to be able to take this to the next level. Sitting on top of this gold mine of data, we can see when somebody interacts or perhaps when an interaction has gone stale on both sides of that spectrum, and make sure that we're engaging people through digital means, whether it's through email, whether it's through SMS, whether it's through advertising, or it's social type of interactions. We can actually turn on a lot of automation to ensure that people don't forget about Tonal, and certainly if they're interested, we maintain their interest and nurture that interest over time.
Absolutely. And one of the key things about this that will be a value for the inside and retail sales teams as well is as a luxury product, we are an expensive and considered purchase. One of the things is that we want to provide a personalized selling experience for our customer. So by having Marketing Cloud integrated with Salesforce, it allows our teams also to balance between automated emails as well as more personalized emails, and understanding that balance to make sure that we are effectively using our resources both from an automation standpoint and a people standpoint.
All this ties back to being more focused around your customer's experience with the brand. And I have to say, Tonal is one of the most exceptional companies at identifying this and taking value and investing in this as a principle of how they do business with their customers. In fact, if you're interested, there's a great article about this recently in the Harvard Business Review. It's the customer experience in retail data drives everything. So Tonal is not the only company that's identified this as a priority. In fact, in this survey, with thousands of executives around the world in retail and direct-to-consumer brands surveyed, by a 40-point margin, improving the customer experience is the highest priority in terms of investment for technology and retail. This typically looks like a lot of the things you have seen that Tonal has already done. These are mobile apps, customer apps. This is making customer data accessible across sales, marketing, service, finance, and logistics. This is, in fact, a major point of investment for Tonal right now in their technology stack, and we have some work we're actively doing to help facilitate that. Integrating with other systems. This is a major need as well for a lot of Tonal customers who are wanting to see the status of an order. Being able to have that order data surface in a way that they can access it in real time and see where things are just solves a lot of problems and deflects a lot of cases from the service team. But these are just examples. And Tonal has done a great job adopting technologies like Salesforce, adopting these other technologies, and certainly investing in integrating these to enable not only their ability to scale and attract the funding that you saw previously, but also to deliver just a powerful experience to their customers and build a great brand. Cynthia, anything you'd like to add about customer experience and how Tonal has placed that as a priority?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the key things to understanding Tonal and how we work and our product in general is that our sales teams are the first touch point that most of our customers have with somebody at Tonal who's representing our brand. And so it's incredibly important to us because, in addition to selling them a product, we are a membership based product that incorporates a subscription. We want our customers to not only buy the product, but use the product and use it for a long time. So we want to always make sure that we are providing the best customer experience in their initial interactions because we expect them to be part of our Tonal community for years to come. And we always want to make sure that we are setting the right tone in those initial interactions with the customer.